न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे. This video is in the third series on Sri Adi Shankaracharya's Nirvana Shatkam on Jnanendriya. For previous videos, please check the description box for links. While the previous videos were the introduction to Jnanendriya and their three parts that help the Purush to perceive the Prakriti, in this video we are going to look at the limitations of the human Jnanendriya or the cognitive senses. Animal cognitive faculties. The limitations of the human Jnanendriya can be understood by looking at their counterpart cognitive organs in the animal kingdom. References to the cognitive faculties of certain animals have been made in the ancient texts. These have been observed and assigned with the corresponding Jnanendriya of the human being. We will make a comparison with information provided by modern science. The elephant with the cognitive organs of trunk and feet perceives the sense of touch and corresponds to the Jnanendriya of skin of the human being. The fish with the cognitive organs of mouth and fins perceives the sense of flavor and corresponds to the Jnanendriya of tongue. The deer with the cognitive organs of nose and mouth perceives the sense of odor and corresponds to the Jnanendriya of nose. The moth with the cognitive organs of ears and wings perceives the sense of sound and corresponds to the Jnanendriya of ears. The bee with the cognitive organs of multiple sets of eyes perceives the sense of sight and corresponds to the Jnanendriya of eyes. Let us understand them one by one. The human skin perceives the light brush of a feather against the skin. The elephant's trunk is also sensitive to touch and can perceive the light as a brush of the feather. This perception is enabled by the Pacinian corpuscles, which are the motor cells in the elephant's trunk that have extensive sensory capability. The Pacinian corpuscles are capable of perceiving minute pressure differences, giving them a strong sense of touch. Not only are the Pacinian corpuscles present in the trunk, but also on the soles of the elephant's feet. These help the elephant in the detection of seismic vibrations well in advance and acts like a warning system. The seismic vibrations are the shaking or vibrating movements of the earth that may be caused by an earthquake or tsunami. The human sensory organ of the skin does not have such a fine quality cognitive ability of touch. In that sense, it is limited. Let us look at how the Pacinian corpuscles act as a warning system to the elephant. A person is enjoying the beautiful day. The elephant, on the other hand, perceives the seismic movement of the earth and, being warned, moves to safety. The person, due to the limited sense of touch, remains close to the danger and suffers injury. Limited sense of taste. The taste buds of a person are restricted to the tongue in the mouth, but in a fish it may be found in the mouth along with certain body parts and appendages like the barbels or the fins. Some species of fish, like catfish, have numerous taste buds distributed over the surface of their bodies. This allows fish to taste and locate food more easily through contact with the water surrounding them. Human beings have fewer taste buds and are found merely in the mouth, mostly on the tongue, and only when the food is placed in the mouth. This shows the limitedness of the sense of taste of the humans. Limited sense of smell. A human being has the olfactory receptors which have the sense of smelling odor in the limited region within the organ of the nose. The deer have many times over olfactory receptors compared to humans. Their noses have elongated passages that contain abundant receptors. Also, the roof of the mouth of some species of the deers holds an organ called Jacobson's organ that helps sort out the different odors and interpret the smells clearly. A deer can detect the odor of approaching danger several hundred yards away, thus enabling them to protect themselves by getting a head start in running away in order to survive. Limited sense of hearing. The human perceives sound through the ears within a limited range of sound frequencies. Moths have keen sense of hearing. Their high-frequency ultrasound hearing capability is for locating the predators like bats when they send out sound waves for hunting. Moths are nocturnal creatures and have evolved their hearing to escape from the bat during the night. Some species of moths hear sounds through their wings, yet some earless moths use their wings in a unique way. While bats use echolocation to track their prey, moths have developed their wings with scales to absorb the sound sent out by the bats to camouflage themselves. Instead of a color camouflage that is used by a chameleon during the day as protection, moths use sound camouflage to remain undetectable and blend in the night. In this way, we understand the wide extent of the faculties of the moth regarding sound perception and the limitation of the human ears. Limited sense of sight. Human beings have two eyes that allows them to see the visible spectrum. On the other hand, bees have two sets of eyes, the dual set of eyes and a set of triple eyes. The bee eyes allow them to see polarized light, which means they can detect the sun to help them navigate even on a cloudy day. Also, their range of vision is wider to include the ultraviolet light which helps them to locate flowers to feed from. Thus, we see the human sense of vision's perception by the physical eyes is also limited when compared to that of a bee. When we see the limitations of the human cognitive sense organs or Jnanendriya, we can understand the reason Sri Adi Shankaracharya says to not identify with such inadequate perceptions. न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे.